with Sergio Oliva Jr. here at the GAT booth. And the best place to be on this date is in Mr. Olympia. We can see a whole bunch of fans waiting for this guy. He just got off the stage in a pre-judging. He had a lot of following. He feels really good with a clean, one of the cleanest physiques in the industry right now.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I could tell like by that Air Jordan Instagram pic you put up there a few weeks ago, man. What's up with that?
Yeah, it's cool. You know, I mean, people that follow me, you know, since I started this, they know that I used to play ball. I didn't know that people thought it was fake until a couple days ago. I ran into another photographer and they're like, man, how did they make that so it make it look like you were dunking? And then I'm thinking, does everyone else think that? Does everyone else think that?
You got hops. Yeah. You know, you got caps, so you must have hops, right? Who says bodybuilders aren't flexible and can't jump, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Now, you've been at it for a while. I'm not going to ask your age, but I remember when you were younger, you got into bodybuilding really young, obviously because of your father, but then you kind of strayed away from it. You had some ups and downs, but what was it that drove you over the edge when you won nationals like 3 years ago?
Yeah, I think just knowing that I was on the right path, you know, every decision, every sacrifice, every time that, you know, there was a fork in the road, and, you know, every bodybuilder goes through that, you know, you have...
Absolutely.
You have things that you have to make a decision. Do you know, play the safe route and go with, you know, what people do? They go to college, they get degrees, you know, they get jobs, they put in time, or you put everything into a bodybuilding career that's not even a for sure. So I think once I was able to do that, it kind of made all the decisions and all the people I've lost in my life worth it.
Yeah, you are an all or nothing guy. I get that about your personality. You're like, hey, you love me or you hate me. Make your decision, step in line, because you're going to do what you got to do to get there.
Right, exactly.
Right. So this is your first Olympia. I know when you qualified at the New York Pro Show last year, you're like, nah, not going to do an Olympia. Why did you decide, I know everybody asked you that, but I'm going to ask you that. Why did you decide not to do Olympia last year?
Because I was going through a divorce.
Okay, that's a good reason. If your mind ain't there, man, it's hard to bodybuild and compete. Absolutely. So you're out in Venice Beach. You're all about bringing that California, Southern California flavor, putting Venice Beach out there. What can we expect from you in the next 6 months?
Rest.
Rest. A lot of rest.
Yeah. No shows. Clean my body out. Take a break. I've only been a pro for, you know, 2 years, 3 years, but I've been in this sport my entire life, and I've seen so many people where I'm like, man, that dude's gonna be Mr. Olympia. That dude's gonna be one of the best ever, and then they disappear. And it's not partying, it's not injuries, it's just that they mentally lose it, or that their body just fails.
Burnout.
You can only peak so many times, you know, you can only take so much, and that's something I've always done. I call it the Kevin Levrone method. When I'm done with a show, I immediately turn into not a bodybuilder. I don't go to the gym.
Interesting.
I take a break off my joints, and
a lot of people say it's a 365-day-a-year job, but you have a different approach to it.
Because I'm trying to do this as a tenure. If I was just trying to do this for the next 5 years, then yeah, I want to push. But also, that's a good way of blowing your lines out, losing your stomach and stuff like that. More is not better.
Okay, very conservative approach to an edgy guy. That's interesting because you're an edgy guy, but you have a conservative approach to bodybuilding. That's pretty cool. Now, you just signed with GAT a few months ago. How'd you get involved with GAT Sport?
They contacted me, actually. And what's crazy is the divorce I was going through got pretty rough, that I actually took a break from social media. So I actually disappeared off the face of the earth. I wasn't on anything. And they contacted me. And to me, that meant a lot more, that I'm not getting pursued because of followers or likes and stuff like that. They literally saw my potential, and it didn't even matter even if I was even around or not, they still wanted me, and that means a lot to me. Okay, now we see that you're in the new MD Latino magazine. I know you've made the cover before. There'll probably be another cover again very soon, but this is a monster article. You're all jacked up. Tell me 2 products from GAT Sport you cannot do without. Nitroflex, and man, you know, that's probably my favorite thing about GAT. When I first was able to start getting sponsors, it never was a sponsor that I actually was taking currently. It was something that I liked, and you know, I believed in it, and I learned a lot about it. But man, I've been taking some of these products since the beginning of time, and I've been a big Nitro.
You always like the brand.
Right, exactly. So it was a win-win. So I've been using Nitroflex since, man, a while, like even when I lived in Florida. But the new Sicon that they have is actually really good, and that's actually becoming my new favorite. Okay, yeah, with pre-workouts, you always got to be adapting because they're always coming up with crazy new formulas and stuff. All right, so
Cyclone, Nitroflex, great products from GAT. We're going to wrap it up right now, but for all those newbies out there, because we know there's a new generation coming up every year, where can they follow you at?
Sergio Oliva Jr., simple.
And teamgat.com, right?
Exactly.
All right, man. Well, this is Kit Sanderson. We're going to do the closing in Spanish. Got to do a little Spanish, man. Cubano, 305 by heart. Actually, Chi-Town. Chi-Town, man. Nunca te des
Te des
por
por
vencido.
vencido.
Eso, ciao.